from a fresh set of eyes, and I love that you said that, because I have this week spoken to 3 top 10 NCAA head coaches of lacrosse who are very interested in my ideas.
Yeah.
And I am somebody who's never watched an entire lacrosse game, never played it, never coached it. Yeah. But I spoke for on a lacrosse clinic, and it was things that maybe if you're in the middle of it, you don't realize that you're just repeating all the mistakes you've always done. So I'm interested in that. But what are the biggest mistakes, in your opinion, with a fresh set of eyes, that S&C football people make in America?
Just live in medium. Medium works in clothing. So it doesn't work in training. If you have, especially where speed is concerned, if you have a game that requires you to exhibit maximal acceleration or maximal velocity on a repeat basis, the idea that you're going to develop those essential qualities with medium intensity training is simply untrue. So if you are getting results doing that, you probably have crappy athletes with no training age. Once you get outside of the first year or two of training, it's just a fact that to increase the envelope of those qualities, you're going to have to train with an extremely high level of intensity. You're going to have to rest a long period of time, and you're going to have to be quite judicial with the volume that you expose your athletes to, because intensity and quality and volume are they're kind of like diametrically opposed. And in football, it's kind of like Japanese rugby. More, if someone's good, more is better. If it hurts, it must be working. If they're doing 2, we're going to do 4. And I think, as Bob Alejo said, you can train hard, you can train long, but you can't do both. And like Eric had said, I think it was on Twitter the other day, that basically you get this first week syndrome in the season, where the head coach comes on the radio and says, we look out of shape. And you and I have talked before, it's because you spent the entire summer training in a manner that looks nothing like the event that you're preparing for. Yep. So football players are not dumb. If you flog them 6 days a week and you train for 3 hours at a clip, they know what's coming. They're going to lower their intensity to survive, or they're going to go hard and they're going to get injured. That's right. So they subconsciously train themselves to get really, really good at sustaining sub-maximal outputs and repeating them for hours on end, which is cool if the game looks like that, and it looks nothing like that, because you're going to be on the field. If you do a 3 and out, you're going to be on the field for 2 minutes. That's it. And then you get a long rest, and then you have to go super hard again. So I'll pick on FSU. FSU said in I think it was the second game of the ACC conference, that they were cramping. Are you telling me that a group of athletes that trained in the heat of summer in Florida somehow struggled with dehydration in October? No, they cramped because neurologically they were not prepared for a task. They'd been training in a manner that did not prepare them neurologically for the task of the game.
Right. I love that. And it goes back to what Bill Bowerman said a long, long time ago, coaching track, is that world records never come from moderate exercise. No. So he was like the first guy that said that we have to have like a wave-like action. It wasn't Chip Kelly. It was like, we have to pick days to perform and practice, because if we're expecting extreme results, we don't get that by centrist activities. And that's what I see just over and over and over again in almost all team sports.